Guys, we have new evidence to believe that Bitcoin might be topping this year, which coincides with the 16-year cycle. And in today's video, guys, I want to have a quick look at this piece of chart that we have right in front of us, shared by TechDev, a famous Twitter account. But I generally want to talk a little bit about the market psychology, what we are seeing normally in a adoption cycle, and why a regular 4-year cycle might be less likely. I'm going to share with you guys what I think, and I hope you guys can extract some value from that. It is a contrarian opinion that I'm sharing right here. That's also why I feel more secure about that certain perspective. And I'm also going to explain you why, if you do receive any value, guys, and you want to have that others also can receive that value, make sure to scroll below this video and smash up that like button, guys. That is very, very important. I cannot stress this every single video enough, but every single like of you guys is very much appreciated, is very well needed, and you are helping other people to get valuable information basically for free for them at the right time, at the right moment. So make sure to drop the thumbs up. If you're new, make sure to subscribe down below, hit the bell icon so you get notified whenever I upload these videos, which are very important. You don't have to watch all of them, of course, if you don't have time, but at least you get notified, which is important. If you don't have that bell icon on, my videos might disappear in the background and you might not be able to get these messages about it. But yeah, let's dive into this chart. This is a very interesting chart because it's the Bitcoin logarithmic chart for time and price. Normally, we are often seeing the logarithmic chart for price is quite normal, right? It is the percentage degrees or percentage gains that is being visualized by this chart. If you look at this at a linear chart, you see, for example, these would be very small. Maybe I can show you real quickly. If we go for a linear chart, you can see these bumps are actually quite small, then the latest is quite bigger because the linear chart only looks at the value of price in US dollar. The logarithmic chart looks basically at the value of price in percentage gain. So that is why that is quite interesting. Let's go back to this chart. But the interesting thing about this, guys, is that hereby in this chart, the time is also measured on a logarithmic scale, which is something you're not really seeing that often. So if you would combine the first peaks in the Bitcoin price, you will get a logarithmic period of 10.2. If you combine this peak of Bitcoin with the 2017 peak of Bitcoin, you will get a logarithmic period of 10.2. If you take that sample of 10.2, put it from the top of 2017, then it will state that we might top around December 2023, which exactly aligns with the 16-year cycle. And right now, it might still feel quite far away, and it might still feel unrealistic that Bitcoin could top maybe at 160 or 180,000 US dollars by December of 2023. I don't think it's that far-fetched. I think this is actually quite possible. And I also think that the majority of the people are not expecting this. Bitcoin has seen that 4-year cycle low right here. So far, this has been proven right. We have seen the 4-year cycle low. The amount of accounts that I'm seeing on YouTube and on Twitter not even calling this a bull market, guys, is massive. Most people don't call what we are seeing right now a bull market. Back in the days, in 2016, 2017, or maybe 2019 as well, maybe you can think about this too. We always had this rule: above the 20-week moving average bull market, below the 20-week moving average bear market. Right now, above the 20-week moving average, why isn't it a bull market? A lot of people are expecting kind of the similar thing that happened right here and that happened right here. That we just have a rally beginning of the year, going out of that bear market, get a massive correction. 2023 will be boring and we'll see a lot of declines as well. This is the only thing that I'm hearing. I almost see no account saying like, okay, 2023 can be explosive. We might see a massive rally into the end of that year. So that makes me think a little bit, because we have seen it with the stock to flow model as well. When you look at the stock to flow model, it has been accurate every time. Until the moment it became popular, it hasn't been accurate anymore. Right? And that is because of the anticipation of people. So if everyone anticipates something, everyone positions themselves for that anticipation, and eventually that anticipation might not happen because the psychology is screwing with that. So going back to the Bitcoin chart right here, when the majority of the people expecting maybe even new lows to come in 2023, or maybe retest these lows, maybe have a year of sideways, they might be put on the sideline if we do see a real takeoff right here, where Bitcoin just rallies into the end of the year. And it doesn't mean that we have to rally right now. We still can move a couple of months sideways, but that we are seeing an explosive rally at the end of the year. And then most likely you will hear these stories, of course, that would fit perfectly in a narrative. Okay, now we're seeing a super cycle because we have already such an early rally. We have a rally before the halving. We have that super cycle again because Bitcoin is already trading at this and this and that even before the halving. But people forget that this is actually, everyone is already aware of this. These 4-year cycles is just mainstream theory. Halving, bullish after halving is mainstream theory. Do you really think that it would be that obvious to happen again? Well, I'm not here trying to say that that's not the case, because of course it can happen. We might just see like the most boring and most predicted cycle in the Bitcoin price, where we just have, okay, 2023 go sideways, 2024 go slightly up, after the halving we accelerate, and then at the end of 2024, maybe at the beginning of 2025, we will top, followed by a 1-year bear market, similar as we did in the past 4-year cycles. It is don't get me wrong, it is possible, guys, but I don't think it's the likeliest scenario, because I'm seeing everyone anticipating this, and once everyone is anticipating this, it is not likely to happen. So I think the chances of a 16-year cycle, and this is just another piece of evidence that can support it. Don't use this chart as the sole evidence. Yes, no, we're going to see a 16-year cycle. No. It just gives you a little bit a perspective like, hey, we might see something like this. Be prepared for that, right? If Bitcoin rallies till the end of the year, to December 2023, if we do see that massive rally, just be prepared for it. Don't be completely left out on the sidelines just because you thought we would see a regular 4-year cycle and you could buy earlier, right? That's just my 5 cents. I really positioned myself for this. I went all in at the 4-year cycle low, and I'm not planning to sell, guys, even though sometimes it might be tempting, especially after making these gains. I still think this year will be very, very bullish for Bitcoin, and I also want to stand by my thesis, because the worst thing, guys, is if you, and I've had this multiple times, is when you see something and you have a conviction about something, but you don't play that card. And then it eventually plays out, it feels even worse than if you haven't seen it, right? If you recognize something, but you don't interact with it, you don't engage with it, it's playing out, it is worse than if you haven't seen it before. That's what I think, guys. I think the strategy that we have right here on this channel on taking profits next bull market is really rock solid. It's rock solid, whether we are seeing the 16-year cycle, regular 4-year cycle, or whether Bitcoin is doing something completely different. I think the strategy that we have of taking profits is actually rock solid, and I think will be very important for you too. So that's why I will really stress enough to leave that engagement, to subscribe to this channel and have that bell notification on, because it might be that one of my videos will be uploaded at the right time for you to get convinced in maybe taking profits, take something out, because what's happening after the next bull market top, guys, is, in my opinion, a massive bear market / recession, something that you cannot compare with this correction or this correction or this correction. You can already see that in this cycle, in this chart, the momentum is slowing down. Sooner or later, this bigger uptrend will turn into a bigger downtrend. So a 1 year bear market won't cut it anymore, right? So I think if you really don't jump off the train, jump off the station in the next bull market close to the peak, I think you won't get any chance of realizing those Bitcoin or cryptocurrency gains. That is also what I want to take as my duty right here for this channel, is to, of course, give you short-term updates, teach you about trading, give you all the knowledge that I have for free, basically, but mainly to help people exit the market at the right time when that's necessary, as I think this is going to be the last chance. Guys, I don't want to make the video too long. If you like this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up. Like I said, I can't stress it more than enough. If you want to be part of WhaleAlerts, which is a Telegram channel focused on extra information on where to take profits in the short-term time frame, short-term trades, which altcoins we're buying, which NFTs on Bitcoin we are buying, and so on. All of these valuable information, extra information with a higher priority. Make sure to join. You can join basically for free just by signing up on one of these exchanges down below this video and submit your user ID on the Whale Portal website. Guys, that was it for today's video. Wish you all a beautiful day and hope to see every single one of you in the next video.